Welcome to part 3 of the latest water supply conditions for California. Here we'll look at the water supply projections for this year. Water supply forecasts are generally driven by three factors. There's the water content that's locked up in the mountain snowpack. There's short-term weather bringing expected precipitation. And then there's assumed climatological precipitation for the remainder of the season. Looking at the first factor, the water content locked up in the snowpack, you can see that it's well below average. It's only about 25% of average for this time of year and less than 20% of the April 1st average. This is due to the relatively warm storm systems we've had and the high snow levels with these storms. And although the storms this season didn't build much of a snowpack, the precipitation did run off and was mostly captured in the reservoirs. Now, taking into account the current soil and snowpack conditions and factoring in the short-term weather forecasts, which are currently projected to be dry, and also assuming climatology for the remainder of the season, these are the projections for both the Sacramento and San Joaquin basins for the water year ending September 30th. These projections include the uncertainty around future precipitation. What they show is that the 50th percent exceedance for the Sacramento basin is 69% of average, and for the San Joaquin, it's 43% of average. Now, due to the uncertainty, the probability of exceeding an average water year is only about 10% for the Sacramento basin. For the San Joaquin basin, it's even less likely. So although precipitation has been near normal in Northern California so far this season, the dry conditions over the past few years have drawn the reservoirs down considerably, and the big reservoirs in Northern California are only about half full. The precipitation deficit has grown in Southern California, the Southern Sierra Nevada, and the reservoirs there remain very low, probably worse than last year. So the lack of a significant snowpack will also mean little runoff to recharge the reservoirs in the spring and summer months. And the projections for the Sacramento Basin for the water year are only about 70% of average and just over 40% of average for the San Joaquin. The California-Nevada River Forecast Center updates its water resources forecasts every day, taking into account any precipitation that's fallen and any forecast precipitation expected in the next 2 weeks. You can find these forecasts at the following URL, www.cnrfc.noaa.gov/water_resources_update.php.